am Alicia with the Dover Off-Leash location. I am coming up on my first year with Off-Leash Canine, and before this I ran an office job. Everything with COVID shut down and I decided to make the leap. I've always loved working with dogs. I have multiple at home, so it was time to get started with dog training. At home, I do have 3 dogs. I have a lab named Wraith, a Corso mix named Kraken, and the newest addition is Raptor, an 11-week-old border collie. I became a dog trainer because I've always loved working with animals. I initially went to college to be a veterinarian, and my college professor was a border collie trainer at the time, and she told me that if you found a job you loved doing, you never would work a day in your life. And I realized that being a veterinarian wasn't going to be that thing for me. So I switched gears and I love dog training. It's been the best choice I've made. My favorite part of the job is definitely working with the clients and finding that light bulb moment where the communication between dog and trainer and owner itself really clicks, and you finally realize what the dog realizes what you are saying and what you want from them, as well as the owner realizing all the things that their dog is actually capable of and just building that bond. An example of that would be working on heel. Most owners struggle a lot with having their dogs pulling on leash, dragging them down the road, lunging at dogs, and most of it is out of excitement, but they don't realize how easy it is or how easy it can be to teach heel and to hold your dog accountable to those leash manners. So finding that moment when the dog really understands, oh, if the best things happen on the walk if I stay with you, and the owners realize that it is possible that their dogs can do this, and it just makes everything so much more enjoyable for the owners and the dogs. My favorite command to teach is place, meaning having a dog come and sit on an object, and it's simply because of how comfortable and confident it makes a dog and how much fun they have doing it, as well as how much fun the owners can have with them in the real world. Placing your dog on top of multiple different objects on a walk, it really is fun for both owner and dog. One of the biggest mistakes I see new owners making is taking things too quickly. Usually when you get a new puppy, you're like, okay, I want to teach, come sit, place down, heel, and you get so focused on the end goals that you don't take the time to do all of the little steps in between. So you'll move on to things too quickly, you'll add distractions too quickly, and that really is detrimental to your puppy. You want to make sure they have a solid foundation in each skill before you move on and add the next thing. Maintaining the training when your dog goes home after a board and train, the owners play the biggest part in that. It really is a matter of unused skills being lost skills, and dogs aren't robots. They're never perfect. They always have room to improve. So we always tell our owners to keep training, to keep working on it, and use those skills in their day-to-day life. So the new puppy, Raptor, is again an 11-week-old border collie. He definitely was not a planned purchase or a planned addition to the family, but we love him all the same. I went to temperament test the litter for a friend of mine who I was going to be starting a puppy, meaning getting the puppy, training it for a few weeks, and then taking it to them. And Raptor just fell in my lap. He was the perfect temperament, perfect, confident little puppy, and I couldn't say no. So he did go home with me, and I love him to death. But training-wise, we're really just looking for, ideally, a demo dog for lessons and for clients to be able to see all the different things that their dogs are capable of. Obviously, I have older dogs as well, but they're not quite as athletic or even as energetic as a border collie would be. So I was really looking for something that was going to be able to go out and work all day with me and enjoy it as much as I did. My dogs love the puppy. They love how much fun they can have playing with the puppy. Wraith loves being a distraction during training, and Kraken has honestly become very protective of his puppy. It is in his mind his baby, and he very much wants to be right there with you, making sure that everything's okay. So Kraken was definitely another impulse purchase that I've made. My neighbors had an accidental litter, and their kids came over. They love playing with my lab, playing fetch with them in the yard, and they were like, we have puppies, do you want to see them? And as a trainer, you can never say no to seeing puppies. It's the best part of our day. And I went over, and this one little puppy walked over, and he flopped under my chair, and he went to sleep with his head on my foot. And I sent a picture to my mom and saying, guess what I just did? And she told me no, and to go home, and I didn't listen. And I love him. He is a Corso pit mix, and he is the most stubborn dog I've ever owned. He definitely gives me a run for my money and tests everything I've learned as a trainer, but I wouldn't trade him for the world. He is a great boy. Wraith is my almost 4-year-old lab. I can't believe it's been 4 years since I got him. He was the first dog I bought completely on my own after I moved out of my parents' house, and I made all of my mistakes with him. I wasn't a dog trainer at the time. I didn't really know anything about training, and I was YouTube certified. I watched millions of videos and tried to make the best of it. And he taught me so much along the way. He's great. He's so much fun to play with and to work with. He gives 100% no matter what you ask him to do.
Would you say he's the dog that you didn't know that you needed?
He definitely is the dog I didn't know I needed.